Hey there. So it is almost April, and April is Cesarean Awareness Month. So today I want to talk about doula support for C-sections. This is not something that a lot of people think about. Everyone thinks about doula support for home births or unmedicated births or just regular hospital vaginal births, but no one thinks about how doulas can support during C-section. So what does a doula's role look like when there's either a planned C-section or an unexpected, unplanned C-sections? Whether the C-section is planned or unplanned, this can create very unique situations and challenges for both the parents and the support team. So really in this episode, I want to explore how doulas provide that support during both scenarios, and that can give you some information on how to best advocate for yourself or your clients if you're a doula, and how to decide on the type of birth that you're wanting with a doula. I'm your host, Hannah Gill, and this is Motherhood Flow. So I've heard the question a lot about, what if I hire a doula for my birth and it ends up in a C-section? Do I get my money back? What does that look like? How do we navigate that? And then I've also heard people say if they're having a scheduled C-section, there's no reason that they need to have a doula. Like, it's a scheduled surgery, it's routine, I don't need a doula there. But you have to think about the situation in its entirety. For example, an unplanned C-section. So my first was an unplanned C-section. I did not have a doula for my first birth. I had labor first and then an unplanned C-section after that. And I so wish I would have had a doula there. Even if I would have had a planned C-section, even if I didn't know that this unplanned C-section would be happening, I've had a lot of surgeries in my life prior to my C-section, and I still would have wanted a doula there. One, because unplanned C-sections are often unexpected. They can be emotionally charged. Sometimes they're emergencies. Mine was not an emergency. But a lot of times they're unexpected, and you are emotionally shifted, emotionally shocked, and it's important to have that extra support system there, especially because your partner, your husband, whoever may also be in a sense of shock or confusion or not understanding, and their focus is on not just trying to make sure you're okay, but trying to understand the situation. So having a doula there can really help with providing that emotional support, help with informing you about your options, and then trying as best as possible to create a peaceful environment in the operating room. Now, even for planned C-section, say you're having a planned C-section and it's your first surgery ever. You may think, like, even though it's a planned surgery, it's your first one ever, you're scared, you're anxious, you don't know what to expect. Your partner may also be planned or scared, anxious, and not know what to expect. Having a doula there to kind of set expectations, support your autonomy, provide comfort can be so beneficial. So again, for an unplanned C-section, really the big three things are going to be emotional support from a doula, really facing the unexpected, the changes, helping you process the experience, processing like the surprise, the disappointment that you may be feeling, ensuring that you don't feel like you've quote unquote failed, because that happens to many people that have unplanned C-sections, myself included, and really processing what's happening, not just in the moment, but afterwards. And then providing comfort in the OR. So in that kind of situation, as long as you don't have to be put under general anesthesia, a doula can be present to offer you emotional encouragement, hold your hand, take photos, videos, helping you stay informed about what's happening in the moment, and kind of being that translation type person between the doctor and you, and helping you advocate for your preferences if you have them in the moment. And then in the recovery room, a lot of times partner may have to go with baby, so a doula can stay with you in those moments. And then they can help encourage bonding with your baby, support breastfeeding if that's what you're doing, and helping you navigate like the challenges of movement and mobility after a C-section when your nurse is not present with you. And then for a planned C-section, so again, even though it's planned and routine, doulas can help you kind of set that expectation of what the C-section experience looks like, because your doctor's only going to go over it with you so much, like during your appointments, and doulas can help fill in the gaps and explain Not exactly what the procedure involves because your doctor will do that, but can help you address emotional concerns or potential concerns and discussing how they can still be involved in the process. Helping advocate for your preferences, such as skin to skin in the OR, immediate breastfeeding, or having your support person present, taking photos, videos, and really helping you make empowered decisions, even if you've opted for a C-section in advance. And then again, post C-section, really helping with that post-surgery recovery, that physical comfort, emotional processing, helping with breastfeeding and supporting you and bonding with your baby. And then also helping you process the birth experience, because even though it was planned, it still needs to be processed because it's still a major surgery, a major abdominal surgery that can have not just a physical toll, but an emotional toll on you. So one thing I do want to mention here is so many people have the misconceptions that a scheduled C-section cannot be traumatic, or it cannot have complications, or it cannot go unplanned or not go as planned. And that is a huge misconception. So I know someone who just went in for her third scheduled C-section. So she's had 2 prior that went absolutely fine, no issues, routine scheduled C-sections. This third one, for some reason, her spinal did not work and she had to be put under general anesthesia. Talk about like your mind being messed with and not understanding what happened to you and why it happened to you. And this was a very traumatic birth experience for her, and it was a scheduled C-section because her other 2 had gone fine. She had no reason to believe that this one would be any different, but for some reason her spinal did not work. She felt her C-section and she had to be put under general anesthesia, and now she's working through processing that birth experience. A doula could be extremely beneficial in a situation like that, even though under general anesthesia a doula or your partner cannot be in the room, but helping you process before or after what that looks like is so beneficial. So if you're a doula, I know that a lot of doula training programs do not cover what it looks like to support a C-section client, whether that be planned or unplanned. So really do your research, get informed about C-sections yourself, and then practice having open and honest conversations with your clients about C-sections so that they know what to expect, not just about what their experience will be, but the part and the role you will play, whether that's an unplanned C-section or a planned C-section. And then prepare your clients really emotionally, physically, and mentally. Provide them with resources, discuss their options, create a birth plan. Yes, even for a planned C-section or an unplanned C-section, have a birth plan in place so they know their preferences in the event that this needs to happen. Offer continuous support during and after the C-section, whether that is just comfort in the operating room, helping them advocate for themselves, or helping them process their experience after it happens. If you're a mom that's getting ready to have a planned C-section, or you are wanting to prepare in the event of an unplanned C-section, consider having a doula as part of your team. Even though it seems like, oh, I'm having a planned C-section, I don't need a doula. A doula can provide really that emotional and practical support that will help you feel empowered through the experience, feel confident through the experience, and feel supported no matter the type of birth that you are having. And if you're a doula wanting to learn more about supporting C-section clients, my program, VBAC and Cesarean for Birth Professionals, covers not only VBAC support, but also C-section support for both unplanned and planned C-sections. So that could be a great additional training for you if you feel like your primary doula training did not cover that enough. And then if you're a mom and you're worried about, okay, I'm going in for a VBAC and this could end in another C-section, or I'm planning a repeat scheduled C-section, my program, VBAC is Your Birthright, also covers C-section preparation in both circumstances. So those could be awesome options for you guys to check out. As we head into Cesarean Awareness Month, which is April, I want to leave you with this message that yes, many C-sections are necessary. Yes, many C-sections are wanted, but there is a large number of C-sections that are either preventable, unnecessary, or unwanted, or all of the above. And it's important to spread awareness about not only primary C-sections, but repeat C-sections, the risks and benefits that come along with those, VBAC, the risks and benefits that come along with that, and really just making sure you know all of your options, you are informed about the risks and benefits of both so that you can make a confident decision in the type of birth you're wanting, and knowing that no matter what you choose to do for your birth, that you have the support and guidance you need to navigate that. Thank you so much for listening today. Until next time, keep flowing. You just finished another episode of Motherhood Flow. For more, head over to thehannahgill.com or on Instagram @thehannahgill. As a reminder, this podcast is provided to you for educational and entertainment purposes only. It should not be considered a substitute for medical advice. Until next time, keep flowing.